My name is Randy Larson. I'm the Executive Director of the Merrimack Valley Habitat for Humanity affiliate. We're delighted to have special guests here at our signature build site, 100 Parker, the old convent, St. Patrick's Convent here in Lawrence. We understand the EPA is here, and we'll introduce them in a moment. I'd first like to introduce the Mayor of Lawrence, Dan Rivera. We're pleased to have excellent support from the city and all of your departments, Mayor Rivera, and it's my understanding that you have a few words to offer today.
Thank you so much. For us, when we think about the housing needs in our community, we have such great need, but the biggest opportunity to fix that need isn't renovating a mill into 100, 300 pieces of housing. It's really the impact in the neighborhoods like this, across the street from a very important school, Lawrence Catholic Academy, that if we didn't do this here, this would go again as a downtrodden house in a very important neighborhood. And we have so much more of this in the city to do. So what we learn from this, how do we make it tighter? How do we make it more cost efficient so that we don't have to spend money on the other end of this by having to give people subsidies to their heating or their electricity because they can't afford that side of it. The tighter we make these buildings in the city, the better people can balance their budget, not spending as much money on the things that are basic necessities, and they're making their lives a little bit better for their kids. So it's an honor for me to be here along with the EPA and one of our favorite sponsors, one of our favorite people that do all the work in the city in Habitat for Humanity. Again, as a kid who grew up in the city, all the work that's being done, we're just happy to be here supporting you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. I would be remiss if I didn't thank also the hundreds of volunteers who work with Habitat for Humanity on all of our build sites and projects that we have, and a number of corporations and churches and friends who have adopted units here at Parker to help get them finished. Our goal is to have our families, 10 families, move into their homes here by June, and we're very excited to see that come to fruition. A lot of the energy efficiency strategies here I know are of great interest to the Department of Environmental Protection, and I'd like to introduce Kurt and Carrie to say a few words. Sure. And anything you'd have to offer. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
We're really pleased to show this off.
We're very pleased to be here. I'm very pleased to be here with my state partner, in Carrie. So what we're very excited about, especially this project, is first of all, the idea of energy efficiency, and that it's not just, as the mayor said, for big commercial buildings or big commercial, other structures, major structures in a community, but it can come right down to the residential level where people really live. And this is important because 2013 represents the first full implementation of a Energy Star program, which really reaches to the residential community. So Energy Star certified homes that can be independently verified, and actually, like a larger building where there's a management and an understanding of what the energy footprint of that building is, it'll be verified and counted in a very significant way. In this one, we have fancy things like thermal enclosure systems, high efficiency HVAC systems, comprehensive water management systems, efficient lighting. All the things that have been learned in larger structures will be downloaded onto this kind of structure in a way that's affordable. I mean, that's the key, as was said. I think that's a great comment. You know, if you can put the money in the front end, you don't have to spend it in the back end. And the beauty of that is always subsidizing those rates is a never-ending job. Whereas here, if we can get the building very efficient up front, you make a single investment and you don't have to keep doing that. It also empowers the people who live here to take responsibility for their own place and the efficiency of the place itself. So this is very exciting. In 2009, we celebrated 1 millionth new home to carry the Energy Star label, a number that continues to grow, 1.5 million through 2013. There are more than 77,000 Energy Star certified single-family homes built in the United States. This represents 13% of all the homes since 2013. There is indeed a transformation going on in America when it comes to efficiency. And the more we work on climate change, and I'm going to connect this to some of what's going on in Washington, what we call our Clean Power Rule, but partners like the state of Massachusetts can take these kinds of programs eventually and say to us, the way we're going to reduce our carbon footprint is drive efficiency. And as long as we can measure it, which is what the Energy Star tool is about, it can be used to move the whole country towards a more carbon friendly country overall. So we're very excited about what this means. We're excited to see it in this context. This is awesome. Lawrence, Massachusetts is a community EPA cares very much about. We've been here with our brownfields programs and other kinds of programs to enhance and enrich community. I know we do some urban farming here. We do cleanups here. It's a place that we have found to be terrific to work with at the community level. And now with Mayor Rivera in the leadership role here, we look to do even more as we go forward. So I'll turn it over to Kerry, and he can add the state's perspective.
Yes. Just want to echo some of the pieces that have already been said. Bring you greetings from the Patrick administration, Secretary Valerie Bartlett of our Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, and my Commissioner David Cash at DEP, as well as Commissioner Meg Lusardi at the Department of Energy Resources. And I really just want to do two things. One, congratulate Mayor Rivera and Mr. Larson, the City of Lawrence, and Habitat for Humanity for this great project. And we know it's not done yet, but you can see it. You can hear people doing all the work in the back. This is an active site, which is great. And to see this being turned into energy efficient homes, and not just any homes, low income housing here in the community of Lawrence. And so we've always been behind the City of Lawrence. This is a city of immigrants, a city of industry, but with that, a lot of that industry is left. That's left contamination. Regional Administrator Spalding just talked about that. I administer the Brownfields program as well as environmental justice. Lawrence has all of those things are inherent there. So we love to see this type of project happening because the energy efficiency does what we've already said. It saves costs for the residents that are going to be here. Oftentimes they're struggling to make ends meet, and so if you can cut costs, you can improve the quality of life. If it's not drafty, if it's warm, that works better. And not only that, as the administrator said, we're impacting climate change, and we're also creating jobs. There are people in here doing work. There are things that are happening. So that is very important. And from the climate change perspective, the housing stock, the buildings, not just the power plants, and the vehicles, that all contributes to that. And I was reading a little bit more about Habitat for Humanity, and one of the things that they do, not just building homes like this, but you build community. You build hope. You build opportunity. And in the Patrick administration, we think the same thing. Governor Patrick just signed an executive order on environmental justice. But we want to do the same thing, give people a voice. We want to build that community and do those things, especially in these gateway communities like Lawrence. And the last thing is really to thank EPA for their tremendous partnership. This is all a collaborative piece. We just had a session out, an all grantees meeting just last month with EPA, helping to give brownfields funds. And I was going to tell the mayor, I know Abel Vargas and Teresa Carr and Daniel McCarthy, they're waiting up for a letter of support from me because they're buying for those. But not just on the brownfield side, on the environmental justice side. Administrator McCarthy right now has a charge to make a visible difference in communities. And I think she's talking about communities like Lawrence. I think that Lawrence is definitely in consideration for some of that. This is the type of place where we want that kind of work to take place. So with that, I just want to say again, congratulations and thank you.
Yeah. I want to add one major point that I neglected in my comments, but it's important given where we are, and that is that Habitat for Humanity nationally is one of Energy Star's top home builders. You are special to us. In 2013 alone, out of more than 120 affiliates, Habitat built over 1,000 Energy Star homes, certified homes for low-income families in America. So that's really important. And in 1997, Habitat Humanity since 1997, you've done over 12,000 homes.
Wow.
That is a lot of home building.
That's leadership.
With high efficiency certification. And he's totally right. I should have mentioned the fact when my boss speaks on these matters, Gina McCarthy is from Massachusetts, lives in Jamaica Plain, and speaks with the same kind of determination most people in leadership in Massachusetts do with a thick Boston accent. She said very clearly, this is what we want to happen. And so congratulations, really,
you, guys.
terrific.
Outstanding. In a moment, we're going to lead a brief tour, and we hope that all of our guests and members of the media who are here can tag along. Emerson, our construction director, is going to lead it.